Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel.
If you're new here, we're two Canadian friends who love to travel and share our experiences, plus those little tips and things we wish we had known before we got there.
And today we're going to take you on a unique adventure. We're going to share our whole experience of booking and riding the Amtrak train from Sanford, Florida, all the way to Lorton, Virginia.
Now, if you're not familiar with these locations, here's a quick rundown. Sanford is about 40 minutes outside of Orlando, Florida, and Lorton is just 30 minutes outside of Washington, D.C. So we're covering a pretty decent distance.
Now you're probably wondering, why did we take the train in the first place? Well, we heard a lot of people use the Amtrak Auto Train to skip long drives, and when we checked it, it actually cut our drive time by a whole day.
And if you've been following us for a while, you know that I'm a huge train lover, so I was honestly pretty excited about this journey.
In this video, we're going to walk you through everything, from how we booked the train to how long the journey took, our experience with the rooms, the food, and of course, the cost. We'll give you a full review of what we thought and about the whole trip.
So come along with us and see what it's really like to travel by train this way. Is it worth it? Let's find out together. Alright, so before we booked, we watched some other YouTube videos for how it worked, and then we hopped onto the Amtrak website to check out the schedule and pricing for the auto train. And let's just say it sounded a bit on the expensive side for both ways, so after thinking about it, we decided to just take the train on the way home, mainly to save ourselves from the exhaustion of driving all that way at the end of our trip. The timing sounded perfect, as the schedule said the train would leave at 5 p.m. and arrive at 10 a.m. the next day, which sounded pretty convenient. And it also worked out perfectly because Lorton is only about 30 minutes from Washington, D.C., which is awesome since neither of us had been there before, so it was a great opportunity to visit the capital. So first we had to choose our option of travel, as there are a bunch of different accommodations. They have coach seats, roomettes, bedroom suites, and even family suites. We could have gone for the coach seats to save a little money, but honestly we didn't think we'd be able to sleep sitting in chairs for so long, so we decided to go with the roomette instead. From watching other YouTube videos, we thought the roomette would be manageable, though it did look a bit tight, but hey, how bad could it be, right? And also, as we were watching other videos, we saw quite a few mentioning delays, and we thought, well, what are the odds that happens to us? Well, let's just say it did, and we'll show you how that affected our trip shortly. So we booked the roomette, and 2 days before the trip we got an email saying we could offer for a room upgrade. The minimum bid was $175, so we decided to offer $180. And surprise, we actually got it. We were really excited about that. So if you're looking on the website, you'll see your choices. Our original booking was for a roomette for 2 people, and then we chose our vehicle, and we chose priority boarding. When I went on the site to show you the current charge, it took a few tries just to find a date that wasn't sold out. We booked far in advance, so we were able to get this. Priority boarding allows you to be one of the first 30 vehicles off the train, and since the Amtrak Auto Train holds up to 340 vehicles, this can really speed up your process of getting on the road. So our plans for the morning of the trip were to leave Disney around 1 o'clock and head over and line up for boarding for 3 p.m. It's roughly a 45-minute drive without traffic. But then at 6 a.m. we got a text saying the train was delayed. The estimated boarding would start around 5 p.m. and it said we could keep the new schedule or cancel it. Thinking it was only a 2-hour delay, we kept it. With the new delay, we didn't rush. We took our time, grabbed some snacks, and left for Sanford around 3. We figured we'd have plenty of time to deal with traffic and any boarding lines. So we arrived around 4 and were pretty close to the front of the line of cars. Alright, fun fact about the Sanford Amtrak station. It's actually located in the historic Sanford Depot, which has been around since 1887. It was originally built by the Florida East Coast Railway, and this place has been perfectly preserved over the years and is a big part of Sanford's railway history. It's also a super cool example of Mediterranean revival architecture, which was all the rage back in the early 1900s. At the Sanford Depot, the auto train loads passengers on 2 tracks, as no one track is long enough to accommodate all the passenger rail cars. Okay, so right now they come and checked us in. As you see, they put a sticker on our thing. Actually, we haven't checked in. They told us to go check in and come back to our car shortly for the boarding process. So we're just walking up to the booth, or to the inside, which is a little ways up there. At the desk, we were told we were on the second sitting for dinner. Now, we'd heard horror stories about second sittings being pushed to eat at 11 o'clock because of delays, so we were a bit concerned. But then we got the news that dinner might be cancelled altogether, since no one knew exactly when the train would leave. You can see the cars coming out of the train. Right now our train is delayed. There comes one right now. People are just lining up here waiting for their car to be called. We are supposed to be getting dinner service with our room, but they told us it may just be pizza tonight. So we're just standing here waiting. We were told that we most likely won't get in, at least this was by another passenger, but she said we most likely won't get in until later tomorrow night. We were supposed to arrive at 10 a.m., but since the train just arrived here, we may miss like a whole half or three-quarter day in Washington. So I guess we'll find out.
Find out. It sounds like it's going to be about a 4-hour delay to load everything. Now, this depends on the tracks on the commercial priority if their train has to wait, so how long extra that's going to take.
Alright, so everybody has pretty much gotten their cars who has gotten off the train now, and we were just told to go back to our cars and start driving them up. So this is where we'll bring them up. And away we go. See what the next step is. When it comes to loading the cars, this is done by the Amtrak staff. You will be leaving your car and key. And as I mentioned, they size up the vehicles to determine the best use of space in each train car. They also typically video vehicles prior to loading to keep track of any existing dents or damage so they can avoid claims. And if you have a motorcycle, you will be asked to help strap it into the carrier prior to them loading that. This is where everybody gets out. You grab your bags, leave your car. We have a little bit closer to get to, and then out we go. As we headed back in, we were really excited thinking we were going to load into the train, but they didn't start loading people until the cars were all loaded. So it was back to waiting, and at about 6 o'clock I went to see what the small store had, and I bought a pre-made sandwich. And then while we waited again, they announced the food cart would also be closed in the train for all coach customers, and that they would now be serving pizza to everyone in the lobby waiting here. So around 7 o'clock the pizza arrived, and everyone was offered 2 complimentary slices and a small bottle of water. After that, while we were waiting again, I stepped outside and noticed there was an independent food cart with more options. I kind of wish we'd sat out there because we missed an absolutely stunning sunset from the terminal. But since it was our first time, we hadn't noticed all the seats out there. So around 7:45, we finally got the green light to board the train. And let me tell you, it felt like a mad dash. Everyone was rushing to get on, and if you've got too many bags, those narrow stairs up to the train aren't fun. I was juggling my phone, my bags, and trying to move as fast as I could while filming and not holding up the line. Lucy, we're home. We just have a curtain.
There'll be a door.
What? There's no door. Oh, this is it. Let's see.
It's big enough, but...
Here's the pooper. And the shower. Well, you gotta go, you gotta go. We have this big window Looks like a tray here. Let's see how this works. Pulls out. Oops, knocked your water down. So we have, what do we have here? Push to call. We have a ceiling and a night light. Oh, we want to watch outside. A little bright light. An extra pillow, extra blanket, some coat hooks, another coat hook. Just hang like that. Maybe hang my purse there. There is cooler, normal, and warmer. One plug there. Oh, there's a little closet. I don't know what fits in there. Guess if you brought a suit. My laptop bag fit in there. There's 2 plugs here. Yeah, I know. Oh, there's little cuppies. Trash. What else is in here? Oh, there's washcloths and towels. What's in this one? Some lotions, maybe shampoo. So after a thorough search, we couldn't find any USB plugs. Fortunately, he did find his blocks, but that is one thing to remember. Don't forget your charging block. After a room inspection, we finally got a chance to relax, and the train actually started to leave at about 8:45, and after that, the announcements started.
We have a total of 224 passengers. We have 13 onboard personnel.
So we are lucky that the couch, which will be Andrew's bed, is facing the way we're going, so Andrew doesn't have to take a Dramamine tonight. At least not yet that we know of. So far it's comfortable in here. We heard the announcements, and breakfast, or I guess the lounge car is staying open till 11 because we left so late. And what else is there? The breakfast starts at 6 in the morning. We haven't been anywhere yet. It is, what time is it now? 9:30? 9 o'clock. It feels so much later just because we had a late Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party last night and we didn't sleep that well. I guess we were all getting phone calls this morning.
Saying the train's
Yeah, we were all getting phone calls telling us that the train was late, so that started, I think it was somewhere around 6 in the morning. So, yeah, we're a little on the tired side. And it's comfortable in here at the moment. The bathroom is very tiny, as I showed. And they just told us that if anyone flushes anything they shouldn't down the toilet other than the toilet paper, it backs up everybody's toilet. So nobody could use the toilet in this whole car, this whole sleeper car. Oh, the other thing is he asked us what time we wanted the beds made. So he comes back and makes the beds. And we just said 10:30. I don't know what a good time is for that, because I don't know how comfortable it's going to really be. As you can see over there, that's where the bed is going to, that's the height. So, so I don't know how claustrophobic it's going to feel for me. Andrew's taking the bottom. Oh, there's more announcements. Okay, so the announcements was just to let us know that breakfast starts at 7 because we left later, which is really good for me. What's your thoughts on that, Andrew?
I like that too.
Okay, what you doing?
Just checking out the information that I missed out on the day. The sports.
Oh, there's coffee. We can come and make it anytime, maybe? That tomorrow then. Okay. What's that? we came back, the beds were set up and there were extra blankets and pillows in a bag. I think that's when it started to feel a little more like a real overnight trip. Also, when the beds are down, there's really hardly any room to move around in there. So we figured we would just, let me try and climb up that thing and see how it goes.
Okay. We're swinging right now. Okay, so, it's dirty up here.
I would put your head.
The head has to go there.
You can put your head in that corner and then swing your feet over.
I gotta put the pillow over here first. It's not really that hard to get up. This so I don't fall out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here, and you can see what else is up in here. You got a little pouch for your phone and stuff. And I just noticed there's a light up above my head, so I do have a light. And you can see how much room there is between the ceiling and me. It's a bit of a slant, and I've got my blanket in a bag and my little things so I don't fall off while I'm sleeping. I think this might be a, ooh, there's some loud noises. It sounds like thunder, but I don't think it is. Oh, bridge. There's Andrew. You can see him in the mirror. I can spy on you while you're sleeping. Goodbye. I'm going back to watch my show.
Enjoy.
Okay, bye.
So I'm laying here in top bunk, and at some points it gets a little bit rough. The bed's a little bit hard, so I'm not sure how I'm gonna sleep. It seemed kind of exciting coming up here at the beginning. The fan's a little bit noisy. You can see the fan so close to my head right there. And as I showed you, there's a light switch and stuff. I'm not sure how well I'll sleep up in here. I will let you know how it goes. So, time will tell.
So here's the menu. We could have the continental breakfast, which was just basically on the table when we got there. So we went for the bacon, egg, and cheese souffle. It is typical to airplane food, so you can kind of expect that. And then they had the coffee. They put it in to-go cups, so that's kind of handy. So we took that with us. Another thing to know is if there are just two of you, you will be seated with other people.
So we woke up this morning to the announcements, and as for my sleeping, it was the beds are really hard, so it was a little uncomfortable. There is the rocking all night, and yeah, I did sleep some, so I think I probably got about 6 hours of sleep, I'm hoping. And how did you do, Andrew?
About the same. The rocking woke me up. I didn't get a deep sleep until, I don't know, about 3 o'clock, I guess.
Yeah.
It was fine. It's what to be expected.
Okay. The one thing about this place is the bathroom. The bathrooms really make. We're not using ours, but it really reeks in here. People use the bathroom. The smell just comes out. I guess where's over there? I do have a cold right now too, so, and I can still smell it. So since yesterday we didn't get dinner served, we just had the pizza in the lobby room. They've actually brought us, we went for breakfast this morning, but they brought us, I guess basically what our dinner would have been yesterday. So now it's just brought into the room. So I'm just going to unpack the bag. They asked us what we wanted about 10 o'clock, and the food's here already at 11, so it's going to be an early lunch. We're not really hungry. You see, we both got chicken. It was chicken or fish. Then we both got the cake. It was cake or ice cream. I'm not going to be eating that right now. Bun, green beans, mashed potatoes, and chicken. Let's see how it is. I'll wait till Andrew gets back. He's just going for a walk. So they just announced that we're having a 2:15 arrival today. And as for the food, yeah, it's definitely like airplane food. A little bit bigger portions, I think. So now it looks like real silverware, but it is plastic to look like silver.
There's something magical about the way the world slows down when you're on a train. You leave behind the rush of the everyday and you're cradled by the rhythm of the tracks, passing through places that time almost seems to forget. It's all a reminder of the beauty that's often hidden in the spaces in between. It's these moments of quiet reflection, of awe, and of gratitude for the simplicity of a journey that lets you truly see the world. And sometimes it's these little things, the things you don't expect, that leave the biggest mark on your heart. Life moves fast, but if you take the time to look out the window, you might just catch a glimpse of something beautiful along the way.
Getting close. I think we're about half an hour away or less now. Here we come. Just
See
closer.
the dog going very slowly.
Yeah, we've really slowed down now. And, oh, here you can really see how dirty the windows are. Some light, it's not so bad. We are on the second floor, so we do get a better view. It's not something you have a choice on, though. Yeah, there's the 95 sign.
Mm-hmm. As soon as we cross this Lorton Road, we're at the train station.
Have you ever been out this way at all?
Nope.
There's the auto train sign. There's Washington sign over there. There's some stinky kids. All these people are getting in line for the train and they're going to be heading to Florida.
Just wait outside.
We want to make sure that if you have to repack your stuff, once you're here, grabbing your car, repack in the parking lot so that we can keep the train moving. We want to keep it moving. We don't want one person to hold up 10 people.
So he was very clear on instructions on how to get on the I-95 north and south.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Lorton Road.
There's all the people coming in to head to Florida. Just waiting.
This is where people were getting on when you're stuck on the road.
Oh, yeah, they're
It
just-
looks familiar.
And they were all the way down
Turn right
there.
onto Lorton Road.
Yeah,
Then
that's-
turn right onto the I-95 North ramp.
Can't even see if somebody's coming. We go north to Washington.
Turn right onto the I-95 North ramp.
Next part of the road trip. Last
In a
part.
quarter mile, merge onto I-95 North.
So what's your final take on this as we're getting closer now?
My final take on this is that
so you do get motion sickness too.
Yeah.
Okay. And my final take on this, I'm the one who loves trains, and I haven't done this type of train ride before. I was a little disappointed in the wait before we started, so that got us started late. I'm very glad I experienced this because to me this was less of a way to travel, and more of a whole event of itself. So I'm glad I got to do this. Would I do it again? No, just because it is very expensive. You may or may not sleep very well. We upgraded. This was probably almost the best that you could get. So you've seen what it is. I still didn't really feel comfortable using the shower. It's just very small, so that part of it was not utilized at all. It was really nice having the extra room though to just hang out in here. So I really did enjoy that part of it. I don't think I could have handled coach for such a long time. I guess that's it.
Thanks for watching, and if you find anything useful, please like and subscribe.